going to be making a Halloween wall art picture frame today using these 3 moulds, but I'm just going to pop this one to one side for a minute because I'm going to use that one a bit later, and I want to use polyurethane resin for that. So to do these 2 frames, I'm going to be using this Honey Rose Resincrete, which came from Temu, and we all know that Resincrete is a brand name from Jdiction, so not sure what to say about that, to be honest. But right, let's get some of this mixed up. So I'm just going to eyeball it, just add in the water, and then I'm just going to add to that the powder and get this mixed in. Just sort of want a batter-like consistency. So I'm going to get this mixed in, and then I'll see you back for pouring. This is all mixed up now, so I'm just going to pour it straight into these 2 moulds, taking it quite slowly so it can get into all those details in there. So that's that one nearly full. Let's just see if I've got enough for both of these. Should have. So same again, just pouring really slowly and letting it find its own way. There's lots of detail in this mould as well, so that's that one filled up, and then I can just top up the rest in this one. So just filling that up, and I don't want to dome this, I want it flat. Let's just give that a little bit of a shake, and the same with this one. Right, I think that would do. So I'll just find something for that last little bit, and I'll see you back for demold. These are all cured up now, and with the leftover eco, I added some orange pigment to it and made the little pumpkin man. He's absolutely adorable. I love that mould. Right, you can sit there and watch. Right, so let's pop these out. That's the first one. Lovely, that's come out nice. Let's see if I can get this one out without breaking any of these bits up the top here. Maybe start from the bottom. Get that middle section out. And then that top bit. Lovely. Oh, that's nice. Like that. That's lovely. Right, so next I want this to be thicker, so my plan is to add that to there. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's get some of the bonding UV resin. This is the Let's Resin UV bonding. So let's hold that into place where I want it, about there I think. And I'm just going to add a bit of the bonding resin up in both those top 2 corners, and then cure that. It doesn't take long to cure, about 10 seconds. So just going to do this in all 4 corners. So I've just added another bit just in that top section there as well. So that's all secure now. So it's looking a bit more 3D and thicker. Right, so next, I think we'll do this little fella next. So I'll just go and get some polyurethane and we can get some mixed up for him. I'm using FC100 polyurethane resin in white, and this is from MB Fiberglass. It's a 1-to-1 resin, and I'm just going to add, let's do 20 of each. So 20 of part A, and then 20 of part B, and then get that mixed. And you only need to mix this for about 30 seconds. Doesn't need mixing any longer than that, otherwise you'll find it will just go off in your pot. So just a quick stir up and then get pouring. Make sure you've got everything ready before you start. So I'm going to pop that into his head there and into his body. Don't really need his bottom half, but I think it will just flow in there anyway. And then carefully getting it into his arms. Don't need his legs. Don't know if I can do this left-handed. Oh, just about. Oops. Let's just drizzle some in down that end there. Get some in that bottom bit. Same with this one. Let's just pop a little bit more in his hand. I might need to fill this up and then I'll just cut off the bits that I don't want. Right. See if I can add a bit more into there. Right, that will do, I think. Let's just tidy that bit up. Move those out of the way. There, that'll be thin enough to break off. Just pop a bit more in there, because it has flown down into his bottom section. So let's just top that up. Might as well top that bit up as well. Otherwise it's going to keep flowing into there. Right, okay, we're just going to leave this to cure now, and then I'll see you back for demold. This is all cured up now, so let's pop him out. See how he's looking. Lovely. And then his arms. That's one. Just a bit of over pour there. It's very thin, so that will come off nice and easy. And then the same with the other side. Just a bit to trim off there. So that's his arms and his body, but I don't want that bit, so I'm gonna clip that bit. Oops. Clip that bit off. Right, so that would do for that. Let's just take that little bit off there. That would do, I think. Let's just do that little bit there. There we go. And he's going to sit in there. And then his arms, I'm going to heat these up, and then his arms will go, where'd your thumbs go? Thumbs go on the inside. So that will go there, and that will go there. So we'll do a bit more to him in a little while. So first of all, I want to paint this black, and then I'm going to be using the patina paints from, this is from Prima. So you've got the copper, well, the brass, the blue, and the mint green. So I just want to give it a quick coat of black gesso first. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing in the black. So I'll quickly do this and then let it dry, and then I'll see you back for the next bit. This is dry now, so first of all I'm going to add the brass colour. So just getting some of that on my brush, and then I'm just going to dust over the black. A bit more on there and cover that over. So while I'm just doing this, I just mentioned that this video is part of the 31 days of Halloween that's been organised by Alison at Stressfullmumpaints. So there will be a playlist in my description box if you'd like to check out all the other amazing videos that have been done for this. Right, do I need, shall I leave the back black? Let's just put a little bit on his ears there, I think. Yes, that would do. Right, and I have done the side as well, so I'm just going to put a little bit on there as well, and a bit on the bottom. Put a bit more on my brush, some on the bottom there, and then some down this side. Right, so that's the brassy colour done. So next I want to add some of the blue, I think. So next with the blue, let's get another brush for that one. And then I'm just going to place some of the blue in around some areas, just to give that patina look. Get some in those bits where it's more sunk in there. And a bit up in here, I think. In there. Let's put some inside. Maybe in each corner. And then just smudge that in. Oh, the wind's picked up again. Don't know if you can hear that. Right, some more down there. And then we'll add some of the green. And the green has got a really sandy texture to it. So we're going to place some of that in there as well. Just dabbing that on. Get some of that into there. So I think I'll just pop you on a quick fast forward while I do some of this. Right, okay, so I think next I'm just going to give it another light brushing over with the brass. So just going back over and highlighting some of that back in. There, looking good. Right, so next we need to do the skeleton. So the skeleton's looking a bit too white at the moment, so I'm going to use some of the Let's Resin brown alcohol ink. Just going to pop a few drops in there and then just use some 99% alcohol and just dampen that down a bit, and then we're just going to brush over the skeleton with this. Let's get some in his eyes there, and then some over his ribs, and then we'll just give that another little squirt, and then we'll blend that in. Oops, taken too much off. Let's just pop a bit more up there, and then the same with the hands, or his arms rather. Just working that in, and then the same with that one. Right, that's looking a bit better. Let's just go over his teeth a bit there, and then a bit more down into there and up there. A bit more of that in there. So we're just going to let that dry off now, and then we can heat him up to shape him to go into the frame. So now he's all dry, I'm just going to use a heat gun and just warm up the polyurethane, and then I'll be able to bend it. So I'll just quickly heat this up off camera, and then I'll be back in a minute. So now that's all nice and soft again, I can shape that how I want it. And the same with the other one. Just bend that slightly. Let's just pop him in there and see if he needs bending a little bit more. I think that'll be okay like that. Right, so now I just need to attach this all to the frame. So I'm going to use the Green Stuff World instant glue. So I'm just going to glue him in first. I might need to give that a bit of a, no, it seems flat enough. Right, let's just pop some glue on the back of him. And then place him down in there. And then the same with his arms. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue onto there. Probably need a bit on the top as well. And then set that into place. Come on, stay there. And then the same with the other side. So a bit of glue on there, and then hold that, oopsie daisies, hold that in place there. Oh, just broke that off. Let's pop a bit more down into there. And then put that one back. Use a bit of freeze spray on it. That should do the trick. There we go. Right, so there's our little skeleton in there. And then I'm just going to finish it off with a little wall hanging. So I'm going to pop this on to the back. I think I'll add a bit of glue to that though, just to be on the safe side. And then attach that to the back there. And then I can hang him up. There. So that's my little Halloween frame done. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and don't forget to check out the playlist in my description box, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end. and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.